you said that we start with the values and the vision.
Mm-hmm.
What do we want to fill our days with? What would our ideal day look like?
Mm-hmm.
And then we look at what are those boulders that we need to put in? What are the big rocks that are, coming up for us? And then how do we fit in the pebbles? And we probably, frankly, can't or won't ever fit in all the pebbles. How do you recommend or what advice do you give to people? Because I'm like, this is totally resonating with me. I could see myself going through this process. And then I don't know what you would call it, but I'm thinking pebble creep. Like, how do I prevent the pebbles from creeping up the beach,
taking over
the waves and taking over, the big rocks, because they still have to get done. How do we?
They do.
Right? How do we manage that?
By scheduling pebble time. There are two strategies that we can use here. One is having a Pebble Power Hour. And it's essentially, taking all your pebbles that are just outstanding and setting aside an hour in a recurring time block on your calendar, in your planner once a week, and using that hour to just attack each pebble one after the other. Make the appointment, make the other appointment, call about this thing, one thing after the other. You're able to be so much more efficient because you're containing all of these quick tasks in a tighter window. And because you have an hour, you can even set a timer if you want. One of my favorite time management tools is a little cube timer. Yeah, I have one. I love it. They're so helpful. And you just set a timer for 60 minutes and you get after it. And you don't have to do a Pebble Power Hour. You can do 30 minutes. You can do whatever you need. But having those boundaries, Parkinson's law, one of the productivity pitfalls, states that work expands to fill the time allotted. And so when we put a fence, when we put a boundary around our pebbles, I like to think of putting the pebbles in a laundry basket because it's batching them. It's batching your pebbles.
Yep.
It contains it. So you go faster and you get it done. And it keeps you from being distracted and doing a pebble randomly here and there as a procrastination method.
Yep. Totally guilty of that. Yeah.
So one thing that you can do to keep the pebbles under control is to have a Pebble Power Hour. And the next thing you can do is you can take your pebbles and squeeze them into a big rock.